Alrighty, here we are. This is episode 2 or 3?
100.
Episode feels like episode 100 here of the NEFL League, Sunday League. Today we're going to go over some predictions, some power rankings. We'll give out some draft grades from me and How. Vigent put some on the forum, so what we can do is we can go over his. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to get him in here yet, but he will be here soon. We'll allow him to defend himself, but for now, we're gonna say what he said, and maybe we'll do some week 1 matchups, maybe not, but let's kick it off with predictions here, and some draft grades and whatnot. Awesome. Let's see what we got. So let's do Blue Storm. They had the first pick, right?
First overall pick. Not a surprise.
I actually played pickup with them. Sorry to cut you off, but I played pickup against them in week 1. I think they were missing Duval, obviously number 1 pick of the draft, so that's a tough hit. But I think this is going to be a sneaky good team. I think they deserve some respect. They got Walter Nash, who's a big guy. He's tough to cover. That's a big target, so that's a bonus. They got Duval, and I don't know his name, but they had this kid that was playing safety last week, and anytime we lobbed it up towards him, he just snatched it. I wish I knew his name to give him a shout-out, but he was a good player. So I think this team will be pretty sneaky good.
I think that their team's going to be good. The problem I think that they're going to run into, and I think that we're going to see a lot of teams, is quarterbacks are starting to run this league. And you've seen last session that if a team didn't have a quarterback or they had just like anywhere else, obviously NFL, college, or whatever, if you don't have a quarterback, your team's not going to be good. But sometimes in certain situations you can get by. You could be a good team by clock management and a quarterback who's not that great. But in this league, quarterbacks, in my opinion, really run the league. And I know their captain said that he's going to play quarterback, or he's proven that he can play quarterback. I haven't seen him play quarterback, so it's hard for me to say whether he can or he can't. But I think that's the issue that you can run into. They have weapons. Obviously, Duval is...
I think anybody can throw it to Duval and Walter Nash, to be honest.
Yeah,
those are some big targets, but I see what you're saying for sure.
So those are two nasty players, but I think the other issue, and we'll kind of cover this as we go, is availability. And I know we've said it 1,000 times already, but is Duval going to show up every week? Are they going to lose a couple games and he's just going to say, screw it, like, I'm all set? Not saying that I've always seen him showing up to stuff, win or lose, but it's not just Duval, it's just anybody. It's just if you start losing, and he has offers to basically play wherever he wants. So if the tournament comes up, he might be like, all right, I'd rather play in the tournament than show up. So availability, Vigent gave them a B+.
I think that's fair. I'm going to go with B+ personally. Actually, I'm going to go B. I'll go B.
I'm going to go B as well.
I like
B.
B.
I think they had an average draft. I think, obviously, Duval was a great first pick. But, I'd say B.
Oh, cool. So this is in order. Let's move on here. We got Dirty Squad.
Okay.
Looks like they had the number 2 pick. They went with Tang Wei. Also, great player. So let's see what else we got here. Let me take a peek at the roster. I do apologize. This is my first time in here, so there's a lot of names that I just personally don't know, and I'm sure many people don't know me either. So
for this
that's
going
to be tough for me personally. So
yeah, I can kind of follow up on this one because I've played with a bunch of these people. So obviously Tang is
Vigent's got them at a C+. I'm seeing.
Yep. So he has them at a C+. Obviously Tang is.
I know Charlie Penn's a good player.
Him and Duval are top. The 2 top players, without nobody would ever question that. So you have a top player in this league. You've seen last session, I got to throw to Tang, and he was electric. I mean, he had 15 touchdowns in 3 games. It was stupid. Now you have Charlie, who's very quick, very very good on his feet.
Good 2-way player too. He's great at pulling flags.
Great 2-way player. Their captain. Dennis has played with Charlie before. I'm almost positive. Bolang, same thing. So the chemistry is there. It's just the question is, do you have enough star power on that team to constantly win games in a week in and week out? Excuse me. So what do you think? C+?
I'm gonna say C+, and that's just the fact that it's no disrespect. I just don't know many names on this roster. I haven't played with this community yet, so.
Okay.
Don't mean it as any insults or whatever.
I'll go B-. I think I just playing with it. They have going up.
Tang Wei, obviously I know him. That he makes them a threat right there alone. So they're going to be a good team for sure.
So I'll go B minus. You'll stay with a C.
I'm going to stay with a C plus just because I don't know everybody.
Fair enough. Awesome. Okay. Next is my team.
Oh, okay.
The best team.
The best team.
Mike Howe at 3. I mean, pick of the draft. No, I'm just kidding.
Can't wait to. Hey, I'm playing you week one.
Week 1
Let's
too.
go.
So I want to hear some predictions, please, for week 1. Vengeance versus.
I got
Boom
one
Boom.
prediction. I think I'm gonna sack Howe one time. I'm gonna get a sack. He's gonna try. I think I know what he's gonna try to do, and it's not gonna fool me. I'll tell you that.
All right, so that's the Colts of this week is he thinks he's gonna sack me. No, I'm just kidding. These feet don't move like they used to, so he probably will. Okay, so kind of going through. I'll let you. I don't want to be biased, so you know what? I'm gonna let you. I'll let you talk about my team, and I'll talk about your team.
All right. Obviously, I think you're gonna have a great connection with Kevin McDonald off the rip. I think he is a very good receiver that fits your game too. He does a good job getting open. Like, he's not the fastest kid in the world, but seems to me every time I play against him, he just always finds a way to find the gap and or find the hole in the defense and whatnot. So I think that'll be a nice target there. Good two-way player as well. So Lavi Mees, is that how you say his name?
Lavi, yep.
I've heard a lot about this kid. I don't think I've played against him, but I've heard he's got
Plays
wheels.
for Supreme.
I've heard this kid's quick, so I know that's going to be a good target, you know. I'm sure you're going to throw some screens to him, and we'll fucking check that.
I don't know.
We'll
we have
shut
no
that
comment.
down.
No comment on anything we're doing over at Boom Boom. But yeah, I mean,
Team looks
some
good.
of these guys
I would
you might
go,
not
my
know.
personal
But
grade's going to go B minus for Boom Boom Athletics. I saw their captain came with a laptop, backwards hat. That
he
if
was
anybody,
focused. I like that.
that's kind of where I'm going with that. That kid was ready to go. I don't know his name, but he's ready to go.
Okay, fair enough. So I won't give my team a grade just because I feel like that's kind of biased. But you're gonna go with a B minus. That's fair.
I'm gonna go with a B minus.
Okay, this next team, TMT, is probably the one I wanted to talk about the most because I got to play them. They also had a couple pieces. I don't know if they were actually on their team, but they had a couple pieces that I played against on Sunday.
Yeah.
And the pick, obviously, their first pick was Bova. Great pick. He can literally play any position, which having a guy like I'm guessing he's going to play quarterback, but he can play any position. But the steal of the draft
We
is
both agree.
Mike Vinagro, okay?
I do agree. Obviously, if he shows up, I think everybody can agree at the 53rd overall pick.
That's insane but in everybody's defense, because we were talking about drafting him too, it's like he was sending videos from Las Vegas during the draft, and everybody thought he was moving to Vegas. So it was a risk of a pick. Ended up, as of right now, you don't know, people can always miss games, people this and that. I think that's the steal of the draft at the 53rd overall pick.
For sure.
And I think we both agree on that.
I think a lot of people in the league would agree with that.
Yeah, yep. So going down the list here, some names I'm not familiar with.
Jeremy, I've played against him in Tingsboro Sports Center.
Jeremy was third overall last session, and he had a great year. So
that's a good
should be a champ. I mean, that Purple Rain team was nasty. So
I think this team's going to be good.
Yep.
I'm going to give them an A minus, honestly, for assuming that their sleeper picks show up on paper. This is a good team.
Shout out to Rico. Rico, it was a blessing that you didn't show up to that draft in disguise, I think, because Bova, I think, if I could be correct, I could stand corrected, but I think Bova had a big say in those picks since he was there. He got drafted first, and he kind of knew some players that you could parlay with him on, and I'm going to go with an A on this one because as of right now, this could change. Vinagro, it's going to come up to you.
This is
all
just
about
on
you.
paper.
Yeah.
This is just on paper. Draft grades. And Vinagro,
it's going to be on you. If
he's saying he's showing up, so
if he shows up, it's an A.
53 overall pick. Yeah, 53rd overall pick. You got to give them at least an A minus.
Absolutely.
So what do we got next?
Vengeance, your
let's
team.
go. Shout out to Vengeance. All right, I'll
team.
let this guy take this one.
All right, so another steal of the draft, Patrick Nelson, 52.
I agree, honestly. I think I got slept on. 52 overall. I haven't done anything in this league, so I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm ready to play for Vengeance. I'm excited they drafted me.
I respect that. Now, Here's the thing with Vengeance. You go down the list. There's no, in my opinion, there's no bad players. There's nobody to me that's over the top. Actually, JJ is a superstar type player. Same with Dre. But there's nobody where it's like, you have like a Tang or a Duval, but that's every team. There's only a couple teams that have those really superstars. But
I think we're deep, though. I think we're the deepest team we've went over yet on paper here.
Whoa, listen, let's not bias getting it. No,
I can't help it.
I'm just kidding. This team is good. JJ, the only thing I worry about with your squad, and me and you talked about this, I think, before, is you have 3-4 of your top players play similar, which can be good or it can be bad. You know what I mean? When you have 4 kids who kind of play the same type of football, it's either going to bring you to the next level because your chemistry is going to be through the roof, or it's going to be like, all right, we're a little stagnant right now. We need somebody to go to the next level, but you're all similar type of players. I know that might not make a ton of sense, but I think you kind of know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So Vigent gave you guys an A.
Let's go.
That's the highest grade we've seen.
I'm not going to grade my own team, but I'm just going to say I like that.
And I do. Like I said before, I think that you guys are. I would probably go ahead and say that you guys are the deepest team. I don't know some of the names, but I know you know. I'm going to stick with an A. I think you guys have a lot of talent, and
good
like
quarterback
I said,
too.
The only issue I think is just, and it could be a blessing, it could be an issue, is a lot of players play the same type of football. Yeah, that's it.
That's
all right.
a good point. That's a good point.
So the next one is the defending champion.
Greek gods, huh?
Girls,
defending
gods.
Champs. Okay. This is a good ass roster, honestly.
Yeah, this roster's nasty. So
they're fucking deep.
It looks like
I'm going A right away.
You're going A. Okay, so
I don't
Vision
even have
gave
to say
them.
much.
Vision.
They're the defending champs. Sorry to cut you off, but this is a good point that I want to say. They're the defending champs, and they added Ivan as their first round pick. So I mean,
that's great. That's huge.
It's from what I've heard, a lot of the buzz going around is they got a lot of their guys back from last session. Is that right?
So
decent amount of them back.
I think Jake obviously knows how to put together a team that's going to win a championship. He did that last session. We already talked to him when we interviewed. He knows what he's doing. He knows the sport. He knows how to GM, which is huge. Not only is he a captain, but he knows how to GM, and he knows how to get guys who want to play for him. Massive. But here's the thing: is you start playing with the same type of people every session, which is fine. Now, you add a couple different pieces. You've seen it with the Patriots where they kind of always have like the same core, and then you add some new guys, and sometimes those new guys can't click with what you have going. Everybody has to buy in, and that's like a system team. I know that sounds crazy, but Greek Gods is like the Patriots, in my opinion. It's like a system team. They have a lot of the same players from last session, but you got some newer guys. Are they going to click with that system? Are they going to fit in the system? We'll see. You said what, an A?
A right off the rip, and I mean, they're the defending champs. You could, I guess you can even. I don't want to give anybody an A plus, but maybe
I'm going to say A as well. They have a lot of their guys from last session, and then they picked up Ivan, who's a superstar.
That's what I'm saying. So, honestly, I gotta go A plus. I'm gonna say A plus.
I'm gonna stick with A
because my reason is they're the defending champs, and they added a kid like Ivan. So
they beat me in the semifinals. I will not give them an A plus. I will give you an A though, and I think Vigent giving them
hurt to give somebody an A plus.
Vigent with the B minus. He played on Honey Badgers. I know why he gave him a B minus because we lost to him. Vigent, you know what? I'm giving him a D minus. Okay, but really an A. So who's next?
We got the Mighty Ducks.
Okay, I'll let you start this one.
Let's see here. Take a quick peek at this roster. What is it, Nathan and what's
Nathan? If you don't know some
right here
of them,
at 35,
I don't know how to fully pronounce.
I think I know who he is, and these two are boys. So I mean, I think.
Oh, I actually play. So you could start. I actually played them Sunday, so I can kind of give a.
Yeah, actually, why don't you go? Because I don't know many kids on this roster. Honestly, okay. With all due respect.
So this team is actually disgusting, which is I didn't even know that at the draft because I didn't know some of their names. So obviously, Brandon and Joe, you guys schemed up something. You guys did your research because we played them on Sunday. It ended up being a good game. I think we lost, was it 35-34? We had 34. We needed conversion. Went for one, and you guys stopped us and then scored. It was a sick game. You guys had some kid on. You had two guys on there. One, I think it's that new kid, Tyler. He's a dog. I like playing against him. He's a good shit. And then you guys had this other kid who made one of the most incredible catches I've ever seen to end the game. He's running this way, catches it one-handed, doesn't break stride.
Beckham style?
Like Beckham, but this way, doesn't break style. Stiff arm me to the ground, I think. Like, it was just...
I love that.
And I
like that.
I can't even be mad about that.
I like that.
That team is nasty. They got a good leader at quarterback. I'm giving them an A+. A+.
Wow.
I know.
Holy shit.
A+ for this team because I got to play against them. They know how to play together.
That's huge. I mean, I know how is very connected in this world here of flag football in this area. So, with all due respect, again, I obviously haven't played as much, so I just don't know the names. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give this team. I'm gonna trust what Hal's saying, and I'm just gonna give them a B+.
Okay. And Vision said a B, so it's right around the same area as that. So, and by the way, Nathan, I'm sorry for breaking your glasses. I will make you fumble though. All right.
Bandits. Next, we got the Bandits.
All right, the Bandits are next. I haven't gotten. I got to watch a little bit of their game, but what do you think about this roster?
I know Riley's really good. He's a good player. They got Zioli's a good player, obviously. This team's again. I feel bad because I don't know all the names, so it's hard for me to get a full engagement of the team top to bottom. But Vigent and this team looks solid to me. I'm gonna give this team a B+.
Okay, B+. So Vigent gave them a B+ as well. So I watched a little bit of the game. Riley Cody. Is it Cody?
I'm not sure.
I seen him play. He was Riley Coate. Sorry,
I don't know. No,
he was balling. Right. I seen him moss
He's
like a
good.
couple
He's
kids.
a good two-way player, and
he was.
I like
nasty.
that we tried to do a little recruiting. I've tried to play with him before, and he's a good two-way player, man. He's just a guy that
a dog out there.
You want on your team, dude. You know,
yeah, he was a dog.
I've seen him carry some teams that aren't that good, in my opinion. Not in this league, like pretty deep. So I think he's going to be a dominant player in here.
The only downside I think for this team, and I don't even think it's a downside, is I watched them play. I think they had Joe Small. I don't know if they were just doing that just to mess around, but you have Zioli, who's a quarterback.
Is he their quarterback or no?
Well, this is kind of where I'm trying to go. I don't know. They have Eric. Eric can throw. Zioli can throw. So now it's like, how are you gonna? You got to kind of, in my opinion, and this can sometimes cause issues, is you have to pick somebody and stick with them because TNT.
Because there's growing pains, right?
Exactly. Because then you kind of raise the question like, okay, we lost a couple games. Do we switch quarterback? I know the money team last time they had Junior, but Junior missed a couple games, so then they had Rico throwing. Situations like that is what can cause you to lose chemistry and lose games.
Especially where we're drafting everybody. It's not like you're playing with all your boys where you can just hop in. Like that's what's cool. Like I can't wait to play against you week one. And that's gonna be fun. You know what I mean? We're always on the same team, so
that's gonna be
again. I'm just excited for this league, man. That's cool.
Likewise. So I'll stick with the B+ for the Bandits as well.
Cool. Next, what do we got? Supreme here?
Supreme.
All right, I can...
My dogs. And so, go ahead, lead us off. I'm just.
So, I know enough about Supreme to say that when it matters and they're all there, they're going to be one of the teams to beat, in my opinion. Scott's their quarterback. I've never played with Scott as quarterback, but I've heard he's a good game manager.
Makes
the
good
right
team
reads,
leader.
and
Yes. Yep.
Obviously, he drafts his boys, so their chemistry will be there.
Yep.
I wasn't a part of the league last year, but I heard plenty. These guys, it's going to be, are they going to show up? Is the question. Are they going to be
broken record?
I heard they like encore. They like going out. They booze up quite a bit. So I kind of love that. But
so it's pretty easy.
I think when they're there on paper, I'm gonna say that they're a solid A- is what I'll say.
I think that's fair.
I think these guys know how to play with each other, and I'm looking. I don't know if he's gonna show up or not, but 93 Chad Jens, I think that's a good pick there.
Yep,
I think that's really good at 93 if he shows up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty easy to say what, and it's a broken record. It's Supreme on paper. They know how to play together. Scott's a great team leader. He knows how to manage a game. He knows how to win a game. It all comes down to is Supreme going to encore the night before. Are they drinking Henny the night before? If yes, they're going to lose. They're not going to show up on time.
Let's
go. What I mean? That's me. So if you guys ever need a favor, Just let me know. You're like, hey, we're playing Supreme this week. We need them to lose. Just give me a call. I'll call them up. We'll all go out. We'll get shattered, and we'll wake up at 4 o'clock. Go home at 4 o'clock, and that's it.
And they'll have 4.5
The only problem is I'll be missing my game too. But as we know with the playoffs last year, but
what did Vision give them? B+.
And what did you say? I think you said A-.
Yeah, A-.
I would say an A- as well.
Because again, I think that chemistry is going to be huge in this league.
Yeah.
And it looks to me like Scott drafted a lot of players that he knows. So
I'm actually going to change mine. I'm going to go from, as we go on to, what's the next team?
Next team is Stick Talk.
Mine is going to go from an A- to a B- just because that team's availability. We'll see. And that could change. It's just, I don't know if Supreme's going to show up.
All right, next we got Stick Talk.
Stick Talk. What do you think?
I think shout out to their logo. I like to smoke big doinks as well, so that would have been a cool. That's a cool team, you know. I hear a lot of them are smokers over there. Junior leading the charge. He's got his boy Carter.
Yep.
David Martell. That's a great pick at 38. That's a very good pick at 38. He has his actual biological brother at 66, Jonathan. And then Junior's just another kid that's connected in the flag world. I think it's going to be...
He definitely knows some of these kids.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like he has a good idea of how he wants his team run. He's a quarterback, so he got to draft his whole entire team. I think... I don't know. I've never played against this kid, but I'm already hearing about Kyle Sullivan.
Yeah, so I got to play against him.
Good player. He went at 10 overall. So.
Yeah, and it's funny. I actually showed up to their table at the draft, and I was like, Junior, who was that kid? It was like the second round. We were already thinking about, trying to get some sleeper picks. And we're like, yo, Junior, who was that kid that we played with in pickup the other day? He's like, buddy, he's already on my team. And so that kid is very good. I've only seen him play once.
So he wanted him. That's poureful.
And we wanted him too. Yeah. And
I'm just going to say real quick while I'm looking at their picks is this is one of the best 3-round drafts that I've seen yet. Like their first 3 picks, and I would even keep going. I just unfortunately don't know more of the names, but I know that Kyle Sullivan, Carter, and David Martell have been
studs.
One of the I can't.
Studs.
I mean, I'm just trying to say that's
Tyler
3
Gagney's
really good picks
too.
in
Tyler's
a row.
Good, yeah.
With Junior already being on the roster, the quarterback.
And his brother's good,
I'm
too.
going to give this team an A. I think they're going to be good.
Yeah, I think they're going to be nasty. I think, like I said, I think it was the first episode when we kind of picked who had the best draft. I said Stick Talk. I'm giving them an A+.
Oh, Vision's got them at an A.
And they have an A,
well.
So I think everybody kind of agrees. You said A. I said A+.
It looks like Junior got a lot of the guys he wants.
Yep. So that's going to be a team to watch for sure. Who's next? Drip Check. Danny's
Drip
team.
Check. Wow, 11. Jordan Perdomo. That's a great pick there. I think that's a sleeper. I mean, quarterback. He can play pretty much wherever. So that's him going to 11 as a sleeper pick, in my opinion. That's.
Yep.
Drip Check. I think they have the most fire uniforms, honestly, as well.
If we were grading uniforms right now,
A+.
Yep. The freshest unis in the game. The team, Jordan, nasty. He can play any position quarterback. Danny can play any position quarterback.
I love Danny Cabrera, too. If there's anybody I would want to link up with one time, it's Danny Cabrera.
100%. Danny, we still need you for an interview, please, at some point, please. Yeah. And he knows how to play with these kids. He's played with Jordan. Noel is nasty. Noel kind of...
He's a good player. He's a physical player.
In this type of league, if he catches
the
a ball...
This team has chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's going to want to catch that stiff arm from him.
No, he's a good player. Two-way player. He D's up as well.
And they got people in the late round like Garrett Berry. Solid player.
Yeah,
He's been looking to prove his name. I see Garrett, I see you out there.
He's got heart, too.
You got heart. As long as you can keep everything in check, and I know you've been looking for opportunity to show, we know you can ball.
Let's go, Garrett. Let's have a good session.
Let's get it. So I'm gonna give them. Junior gave them a. I'm gonna give them an A-. I think that they know how to play. I'm
gonna say A- as well.
Okay. So what's next? Persona non grata. Excuse me if I don't know how to pronounce some of these names. I think that's how you say it. Persona non grata.
Take a peek here.
Let me look through the roster a little bit. Okay, so Steve Tambo, I seen him slinging. He could play quarterback.
Yeah, he can.
Quan is my boy. Quan is a baller. Like the first 5 weeks, me and him had a crazy connection. Like he had I forget how many touchdowns, but me and him went off. Kenny, Wheels, I know he can ball. Gil, I know he can ball. This team is actually nasty. Kind of going through. I don't know some of the names towards the bottom, but based off this, I know just having Tambo alone as your team leader,
that's a good
your quarterback,
point,
I should say.
I think that's a good point. Actually, I would like to touch on that real quick. I
Yeah.
think leadership from captains in this league is probably massive, man. Having a lot of kids that, having a team full of leaders, I think will be a huge asset in this league.
100%. I'm gonna give them a B+.
So I'm gonna go B+ as well. I think that's a very fair grade.
Yep. Okay. All right. What do we have next? Pickle Dicks, the
Pickle
talk
Dicks.
of the league.
Talk of the league. Holy
Everybody's
smokes.
saying that.
So,
Vigent, by the way,
Captain
Persona gave. Vigent gave. Sorry to cut you off. Persona non grata a B. So right around where we said as well.
Yep.
Pickle Dicks.
Pickle Dicks. Vigent has them at an A+, and I'm just gonna say I don't like that.
I don't like that. That makes my fucking blood boil. That makes my blood boil. We got beef. Me and Nelson have beef with Coop for unspoken reasons in another league. Not really.
No, Coop,
he's a
shout
great
out to
kid.
Coop. Great kid.
He's a great kid.
Good leader. I think this team's going to be good, man. I think they'll be good. Our boy Pacheco, with their first round pick at 13, I think that's a great pick there. Obviously, Coop knows all about Pacheco, so that chemistry is there automatically. I know he got some of his guys pretty late, too, that he plays with, that they all play with. So
Yep.
I think this team's going to be good. I'm going to go ahead and give them an A-, and I don't think this is going to be one of those teams that nobody's going to want to. You're not going to want to play them. I
No,
think.
definitely not. I think I'm not sure. Justin Gonzalez, for some reason, it's not ringing a bell, but he went early.
It's is it that dude Stretch or whatever?
Is that Stretch?
I don't know, but I know they have
If it's Stretch
They have
picked me
Stretch,
off
I
for
know
a pick
that.
six. I never even
He's
knew
good.
it.
He's good.
All right, so that's got to be Stretch. I'm sorry, I didn't know that was your full name.
I
to
thought
be
his
honest.
name was Stretch.
Pick six me this Sunday, so I know his resume. He's nasty.
He's good. Yeah, he's a good two-way player. And
He
huge.
is. He is
He's
on the
huge.
team. So they have Cheeks, Stretch, Kyson's their quarterback. I know he can ball. Brandon Gibson's one of the most feared players when he has the ball in his hands with that stiff arm.
Oh, okay. I know
You
who you're
know
talking.
him?
Once you said that, now I'm like,
he
fuck,
can
I
throw
know
a
who that
stiffy.
is. Yep.
And then Jake Fitzgerald.
That's a good late pick if he shows up.
He got picked up in the seventh round pick. It's like he's a baller, but it's the same thing as Supreme.
Got to
with
be
the
there
tribe.
in this league. You got to be there.
You got to show up. I'm gonna say I can't give them, just pride wise. I can't give them an A+. I'm giving them an A-. That team's gonna be good.
All right, cool. And I don't know if we said it or not, but Vigent also has them at an. Oh, we did.
A+.
I didn't have to repeat that.
What do you think?
I said A-.
Okay.
A-.
All right, A-.
I think they're good. Good team. Last but not least, we have Tiger's Blood.
Who got the worst grade by anybody?
Wow,
By Vigent, excuse me. A C.
Whew. There's only two teams that Vigent has in the C tier, and it's Dirty Squad with the C+, and he's got Tiger's Blood C.
Okay.
So let's take a look at this
dive
roster
in.
and figure out what Vigent's hating on.
So Nico was their first pick, and he got injured this last Sunday.
Shout out to Finn. He's a good player.
Yeah.
I met him on the first week of pickup a couple weeks ago that I
don't
showed
think
up
they're
to,
that
and I
bad.
think he's a good player.
I don't think they're that bad. Dominic Dar is so elusive. He's fat. Irrelevant to what we're talking about, but one of the best basketball players I've ever seen. But that just kind of goes to show.
Really?
He's
That's sick.
disgusting at basketball,
Hey.
and he's an athlete.
Yeah.
So you got Nico. You know his resume. Last year, I think he was a second overall pick. He got hurt this last Sunday. I hope he's all right. I don't know how that plays into it, but
He's a
Nico,
good
Dominic Dar, Anthony Finn. I'm not going to say.
So they had back-to-back 14-15.
And I
They had
think
the
those
last
two
pick
good
in the
picks.
draft and then the first pick of the second round.
I'm going to say a B-. I don't think it deserves in the C range.
I think they have some good value picks here, man,
Yeah.
on their roster. And I'll say I'm going to give them a B.
Okay.
I don't know what Vidge is hating on.
But some of these grades, I don't. Vigent. We got a bone to pick with you, some of these grades.
We
I don't
won't
know.
go too far because Vision can't defend himself right now. But Vidge, we need to get you in here, get you on this
We'll get
camera.
you in the lab. So that pretty much concludes our grades. What do you think, Nelson? Any last words? Big week 1 matchup.
That's gonna be
Let us
fun.
know who you think. I think
Yeah.
that we're gonna win by.
That's a matchup,
25.
I think. If anybody knows who we are, anybody, they're gonna love that.
Yeah.
A little Nelson.
And we're gonna
Garcelle.
recap that next week.
Yeah.
And one of us is gonna be sitting here sad, and the other person
Yeah.
is gonna have a little grin on their face.
Yeah. Should we place a little wager? Maybe like a pizza or something?
We're going to put a pizza on it.
There you
We're
have
going to
it.
put a pizza. You
A
see here.
pizza.
We're putting a pizza on this Vengeance game versus Boom Boom. So,
Let's go.
last thing. Bobby.
He's been revealed.
Bob has been revealed.
Yep.
Big session for Bobby.
Yeah, potential league MVP for sure.
Big session for Bobby. That's all I'm going to say. Big session for Bobby. We'll see you guys in a week. Everybody stay safe. Have a great week.
Let's have some fun. Week 1 coming right up.
Let's have some fun, guys.
Take it easy.